Hello, baddies. This is Nicole here to say that Love Island USA talk with Chappelle had to be split into two episodes in two parts. So this is part two. If you haven't listened to part one, please pause, go back, and start part one. And if you already watched part one, proceed to play and enjoy. Thank you.
Yes, that's it.
I'd still be there. Still be there. Throw the avocado at me again, baby. I'm not going nowhere. You're gonna have to put me out.
Yeah. Oh my god. So in the end, these two win. Cordell's the one with the envelope with the money. He of course splits it.
There was a split. There was a split second where I was like, "City Boys back up," and I was like, "Oh, never mind. He ain't gonna do that. He ain't gotta do it. He ain't gonna do it." Look,
He's holding out hope.
no, well, that's the thing. I'm not into the love shows generally speaking. So a part of me is always like a little bit of like that like social strategy gamer in me is kind of like, wait a minute, do the thing. Because I love the drama, I love the big moment, the big reveal, whatever. But deep down inside me, I think there's a tiny romantic bone right there, and a little bit. And so a part of me was like, he said, oh no, of course, like when he said, we splitting that hoe. I think that was his response, which felt really Texas, and I felt that in my soul. I said, yes, he sounds like me. That's exactly what I would have said. And the moment he said it, I was like, yeah, this is right. You won. You got what you wanted. You came here. You found her immediately. You stood by it. You stayed true. You did allegedly dry hump somebody, so you did have your pitfalls as well.
I do not agree with the dry hump allegations.
I don't subscribe to the dry hump allegations. I've made my opinions known on that podcast that we've been alluding to. That it's really easy to get up in arms about something that so might not be that big when you've been kind of dissing somebody and it looks like they might be about to walk out the door. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that her feelings are not valid. I'm just saying there might be a little bit extra sprinkled in there to make things look a lot worse than they were. Yeah. Sure. With that said, he had a story as well. He really did. And he won the money. So you got the money and the girl. I mean, no notes. You did it. You did exactly what you needed to do.
Sure enough, did. All right, let's get some more post season stuff. So Serena, I asked her for Collider. You can check the article now. When did you fall for him or why? She said just the way that he carried himself after I friend zoned him, which I know may be hard news for you. She said maybe that's a little toxic.
Maybe.
I don't know, but I was like, okay, his ego didn't get bruised. He didn't give up. He's still like, okay, I know what I want. I'm going to fight for it. And he said that after Casa, but he's been saying it since day one.
Yeah. Again, that the key word there is ego. I think that he has been able to really like put his ego in check a lot of times and say like, no, I want this and I'm gonna fight for it. And sometimes you got to do that. That's why he won the game. He won the money and he got the girl. Whereas I probably would have got eliminated, And so there's a big difference there. But yeah, because the friend zone thing, again, I'm tweeting through this thinking that we're all on the same page, but I'm about 2 weeks behind everybody at that point. So I'm watching her friend zone him. And I think I tweet out like, damn, Cordell, okay, we got to bounce back from this king. And people are like, just wait. You don't understand. I'm like, what? They're like, she has love for him. I said, but she just friends. Why are y'all yelling at me? Damn, I can't want better for this man. And so again, he knew what the goal was. He knew what the prize was, and it was her. And so in order to get to her, yeah, he had to put his ego in check. He had to let her take her time. She was always very upfront about that. Like, I was going to take me a little bit, to come around to all of this. But there were definitely moments where I was thinking, okay, we can pull the plug. We have other options, Cordell. We can do this. Everybody can be happy here. We don't have to live like this. But he made it, and he got the money. So who am I? Who cares what I think? Y'all seem very, very happy.
Very true. Another thing that was not shown that people picked up on from like maybe a small mention is that Serena and Cordell exchanged rings. Oh. So in my interview with them, so Cordell said he first gave her his ring. He noticed her rings and was like, oh, those are really cool. Do you want this one? And so she had it. And then after their feelings grew for each other, he got a ring that was more sentimental to him and they exchanged rings. So they were both wearing one. So he said, as y'all know, I can't talk for anything and I'm just more actions than words.
Okay. Good for him. Good for him. I'm glad that worked out.
This Love Island, and I've heard this even with our current cast, they were like, we have break days. Like apparently when the Casa girls joined the villa, it was like heated between the OG girls and the Casa girls. And I think Sierra said it got so bad that the producers were like, we can't keep moving forward on this. And she said they had a break day. And it got so much better once they returned to filming after that break. Let's see, I did not talk about postseason Leah and Miguel, so I'll get to it. Now, we're going to have a reunion. It's coming up. Leah was asked, who are you dreading to see at the reunion? What do you think her answers were?
Rob. I feel like wait, pause. When it comes to Love Island reunions, they invite everybody back? Like who comes back?
Love Island USA has never had a reunion. This is a first.
Wow. Yeah, I picked the perfect season to jump in. I love a good reunion, Nicole. This is the best part of reality TV is the reunion.
Yes. Now, over in the UK, they pretty much try to get most people. You might not hear from all of them. They could be in the audience kind of thing, like Love is Blind did recently. So we'll probably see some bombshells.
This is good news. I'm very excited for this. I did not know there was a reunion coming. I had no clue. But as far as Leah is concerned, I would hope that she's kind of got some hesitance about seeing Rob. I know that there was a lot between the two of them, but also my city boy here. I don't know where they ended up, so I don't know if are they on good terms or bad terms. What do you think, Nicole?
They're on good terms.
Okay.
I don't know where Miguel's at. Okay, so I guess he knows Louis from Too Hot to Handle, and I saw that they were hanging out. I don't think he went back to the UK yet, but he's just lately hasn't been around her, but they're good. And yeah, so when she said her answer to who she was dreading was not Rob, it was Hakeem and Kane. It's a real throwback.
How about that? Who? Let me look this up. I remember Hakeem. I remember Hakeem for sure.
Okay. And then Kane was that very Aggie, like Australian dude that had like a lot of
with tattoos. The tattoos. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they dumped him so quick and gave him 5 minutes to leave. He left the show making so many wild claims. He was like, oh, I got punished or dumped because I was supposed to pick Liv and instead I picked Sierra, and they were mad and they were trying to get me to do this and this. Apparently the showrunner has talked to, I believe, the Hollywood Reporter, and they were like, so how are you handling Kane talking so damn much? They were like, we reached out to Kane multiple times, but there's really nothing we can do. So I don't think Kane will be asked back, but we'll see.
That's the most shocking thing we've talked about so far. Because I just know they're like calling England, like, Kane, please. Please.
They sent him right back.
That's wild. That's wild. Yeah, I'm actually surprised that Rob wasn't on her list. But then at the same time, this is Leah we're talking about. She might be very excited to see Rob.
Okay, let's talk about where the Rob and Leah thing is, because a lot of people were very angry at Rob, but we saw that final conversation before Rob left. He's like, oh, I'm pulling you for a chat because I want another chance. Just kidding. And I was like, you don't get to make that joke. The person who dumps the other person doesn't get to make a joke that, hey, maybe I changed my mind and we get to pick things up. Are you crazy?
Yeah. Hope you win the money so I can come back and live off of your cash. You know, but again, they wild, but they also wild together. You know, it's like, I can't,
she loves it.
Right. That's okay. Cool. That's what I'm trying to say. we can't want better for her if she don't want it. We can't want this for her more than she do.
She does want it. So I think producers really wanted a reunion of Rob and Leah, because I asked Janae and Serena. No, I know I asked Serena for sure. I was like, when you had that last conversation with Leah about Rob, did you really think they were going to get back together? And she said no.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That can mean whatever, but in my mind, I'm like, were you pressed to have that conversation about Rob with Leah?
Definitely. Dang. Oh yeah. Now I'm definitely gonna tune into the reunion because I don't care about nothing about Hakeem. I don't care what he got to say. Who cares, sir? You had your time. It's over. Let it go. But if for some reason Kane shows up at the reunion, he needs to enter like The Rock, like like the Rock. If you smell, like he just comes out. It's Kane. Oh my God, that's Kane's music. He just starts like throwing like all the allegations at productions, like airing it out. That's the only reason I would want to see him, because who cares what Kane has to say about all of this, really?
If that happens, we have to get Mari on.
Yes. Like there's an actual wrestler named Kane. Mari would be at home talking about this.
Absolutely. All right. So what else? Leah said that she's over the drama. Okay. So I don't know if you know this, but
I don't know this.
Aaron once again became the downfall of Kaylor, because he was on live, doing a whole little Q&A, and Kaylor is on the phone, on speakerphone, with a friend from home in the background. We can hear her. She's talking, and the friend says, oh, no one's going to give a shit about Leah in 6 months. Kaylor goes, I think she's going to get a lot of brand deals. Now, not great. Everyone's now giving Kaylor hate because Leah almost won on her own fame.
Yeah.
Now, Kaylor goes on Vital Files. She was like, I was talking to my friend from home who loves me. I was telling her about how I keep getting comments quoting "your white girl scared" and talking about my privilege. She said she was getting a lot of hate. That's how she portrayed it. And so she was venting to this friend, and that's how her friend was trying to make her feel better. Honestly, I mean, it is comforting to know that sometimes these big backlash do fade. No one's going to care in 6 months. Aaron has no consideration of this woman.
What happened?
Just the fact that he was on live while she was on phone.
No, that is crazy. Did she not know that this man was just on Instagram just airing that shit out?
Probably not. But I was like, even after the show, he is the downfall of her and the reason why she's getting so much hate. So, she was like, I don't approve of what my friend said, but she was trying to help me. She could have said it differently. Now the girlies. Now, Leah says she honestly doesn't give a shit. She still loves Kaylor and Aaron. She was excited to see them. But here's the thing, and I think this is a big part of the cast seemingly being pretty cordial and good. I think they're all so tired of drama.
I think so. I think there was so much on the show, honestly, that they're just like, we're just not letting them any more of this in,
Yeah, I think it just very much sounded to me like she's over even arguing with these people. Sure, no one's going to care about me in 6 months. Whatever.
Right. Honestly, that's not a bad way to take this either. Because what are you doing? Somebody said something about you. Guess what? You move on, right? If people care about you in 6 months, you prove them wrong. If they don't, you move on. You still move on. So yeah, it'd be crazy to still be getting up in arms about something like this. But Nicole, how are we still talking about Kaylor and Aaron anyway? Like what? How? Kaylor, free yourself, sweetie. Free yourself, love.
I'm getting there. Do not push me.
Okay, my bad. I got really, because I forgot about them until you said it. I said, wait, that's still a thing? Why is she around him? Get out of this man's home.
Why is he around? He's got a weird case. Why is he around?
Aaron's got a weird case. Why is he around?
The way that song has infiltrated my life, I
As it should've.
cannot. Anyways, so Kaylor has watched more episodes.
Okay.
She says this on the BFFs pod, which is weird because she on BFFs pod, I believe at the same time it was Kaylor, Aaron, and Rob. So she definitely says this around Aaron, which also makes me believe she's walking this back. It's not staying.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
anyway, she watched the Casamore episodes. She said that she was going to take a step back from her relationship with Aaron. She said seeing him kiss Daniela's stomach, making her breakfast, and Aaron leaning in for a kiss after breaking things off with Daniela has changed how she has viewed things. Kaylor said she wasn't at the villa for herself. Like, a lot of her friends are like, how did you never stand up for yourself? That was her response. Like, I wasn't there for myself. So that's the update, is that apparently Kaylor has taken a step back.
Okay, I have thoughts. So in my mind, I'm trying to put myself in Kaylor's mind, right? Yeah. In my mind, Kaylor probably imagined this interesting interaction with Daniela and Aaron as something that, one, happened very shortly. Like, it didn't last that long, you know, because we know that she ends up going with Rob at some point. But maybe that they were talking, they were connected, they got caught up in the moment, you know, and they had like a moment or two. But then when she goes and she watches Casa Amor, she sees like, nah, he acting like, you know, he's making her breakfast, kissing on the stomach, all that kind of stuff in the morning, blah, blah, blah. She like, oh, yeah, no, y'all was acting like y'all was a couple or something like that. Then on top of all of that, because I remember the moment she's talking about, he's like, all right, we can't be together. Oh, no, I can't. My bad. No, I'm just playing. Like leaning in, like, okay, I'll get one last kiss. But like, he can't resist this woman. She's that, like, you know, and so I'm like, if I'm her, I'm probably thinking the same thing, which is, in my mind, you're probably looking at it through not the rosiest of colored glasses, but you're trying to see the best in your person. And then you see that like you are sitting at home in the other villa crying and sleeping outside and all this other stuff. And the whole time you're trying, like when you find out about this, you're still trying to imagine it in the best light, only to find out that he was just so drawn to this woman that he couldn't even think about you, you know, like, or he could think about you, but not enough to stop, you know. He still had to tear himself away from her. And I think that is probably annoying, but also Kaylor, she ain't going nowhere. She whipped. It's a wrap. City Girls down. Know. City Girls down for that one. Yeah, yes. It's not great. Sometimes it happens.
It does. Now, to talk about the whole Daniela, Rob, Aaron situation, we kept being like, this is too weird. How are you dumping a girl and then your homeboy brings her back? All the other girls, luckily they did get that video, because the other girls were like, isn't that
right? Yeah, that was the best part about that.
They
I was like, oh yeah,
gotten away with it.
Yeah,
if it wasn't for that.
You would have gotten away from it if it wasn't for those meddling producers, you know?
Right. Okay, so this is what Rob has to say. He was on the Call Her Daddy podcast when he was asked, okay, did Aaron ask you to take Daniela back? He said, actually, he did. He did a bit after that. Like, immediately after that, he was like, terrible idea. Don't bring her back.
Wait a minute. Hold on. There's too much here. Too much is happening at one time. You can't just throw all this at me. So Rob said that Aaron had asked Rob, hey, do me a solid and bring this other chick back just in case I want to explore that still.
He didn't say it like that. This is giving Angela on Big Brother, honestly.
Ain't it?
That's why I'm like, I'm always thinking people are very smart. And it's either they're very smart or very dumb.
Very dumb.
And I want to lean on smart, but I'm like, but maybe they're dumb. Because Aaron said, you know what? I just ended things with Daniela and she took it really well. She's like a really nice woman. You should take her back. Then he said he thought about it and was like, actually, that's not a good idea. Only take her back if you like her. Rob is like, I'm doing the damn thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. See, this is where my strategy brain comes in now. You know, that's where I show up. Is where I'm like, It's convenient. It's hella convenient that you caught feelings for this girl, and then you told your boy to bring her back because I mean, do you just want her? Do you honestly think that this is a nice person that your friend will be able to court and be with, or is this more self-serving? It's like I'm not ready to let her go. That's why I'm pulling myself away from kisses from her because I just can't let her go. Now, what you think is actually going to happen when you get back to the villa, I have no clue. Like that's why I totally understand what you're saying. Is like you have to be very dumb because even if you bring her back, then what happens? Do you like sneak in the corners, kissing her and stuff like that? Are you still, you know what I'm saying? While she's paired up with Rob, how far do you think you could take that con? You know,
it has happened. I will say that the sneaking around has happened. That's actually a Love Island trope. You got to sneak up to the terrace. People have crawled on their knees just so they don't see above like the little gate thing. And then people have absolutely snuck away from their couple to kiss whoever else. It just hasn't happened this season.
So what do we believe? Do we think that's what Aaron was going for? Is that what he was going for?
I don't know because I honestly had such a deep dislike of Aaron because I think also the thing that I can't stand is when I think someone's very smart but they play dumb.
Yeah.
And Aaron's very much like, oh shucks, I'm just a chap. I'm just a lad. And it's like, you're being very harmful.
Right.
Like, what are you talking about?
Right. Do we chalk this up to stupidity, you know, or is that giving you the benefit of the doubt? Like, oh, like you're just dumb, so we'll give you a pass. It's almost like, nah, I can't allow that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not pass. I will say there's something else that made me think of Aaron's motives. Here's one. I think he knows he can get away with bloody murder with Kaylor because in the same interview on the BFFs podcast, Aaron made a snide comment about Serena. He said that, you know, Kaylor's not like Serena. After the whole Casa Amor thing, Serena was throwing plates. She pushed one plate. She did not throw that plate.
She hit the man with the plate. There was food on the man.
She said, no, thank you. He kept going, tried to still she said boundaries, and he walked into that plate. He stood into that plate.
He walked into the plate. That is correct.
So Liv, Cordell, and Leah did not like this. They've already commented.
Because Cordell don't play. He does not play about her. They don't. And I give him that every time. Say 10 toes.
And this is something that actually me and Cordell and Serena talked about. Is just what the perception of Serena could be from when she was upset and how if Kaylor acted the same way, it would be probably a different conversation. But Liv told him to stop lying on Serena. Cordell said she was just expressing emotions, which is what he said in my interview with him. And then Leah said it's giving white man scared.
Leah knows how. Leah should be concerned with Kaylor, and I don't know how they can maintain this friendship. You know, like she says, like I love Kaylor, I love you, but does she? Are Leah and Kaylor really friends?
Okay, here's the thing: is that I believe Leah started unfollowing certain cast members. We'll see where the chips fall by the time it's reunion, because
that's a tough one. But that's the other thing too, Aaron. You don't have the allies to pull off something like this. You don't because them three, Janae, Serena, and Leah. That's you can't touch that. Okay, that's probably more solid than Serena and Cordell. You know, like that's a sisterhood. They made that bond, right? Exactly. Aaron, did you make any of these bonds? Because I'm questioning Rob now. Because Rob, why are you sharing this? Why do we know this information about Aaron?
I think Rob cares about Aaron as much as Aaron cares about Rob.
Which is wild because, you know, there was a point in the season where people were like, this is the real romance of the show. This is the real showmance or whatever. Like, this is it. The bromance has superseded all of it, which is whatever. That's fine. But at the same time, like, if that's what it is, when you get off the show, I need to see that continue, right? You don't get off the show and then be like, yeah, he told me to bring the girl back. Like, what? Like, I'm sorry. You talk about girl code being
That's the-
violated sometimes, but that bro code is out the window. Why
That's
did you
the
share
best
that?
thing he's ever done because he is getting backlash. He is
Yeah,
getting
but Rob,
backlash,
look at
and I
you.
think
You're
he needs to
supposed to get
distance.
backlash. Yeah, that's the thing, Nicole. You're right. He is distancing himself. But like, Rob,
He's
distance your.
noticeably so much nicer to Leah now.
Yeah, he's distancing himself, which is weird.
He also turned on Andrea.
Of course he did.
So on the BFFs pod, he said that he watched the episode of Andrea going home. He admits that Leah doesn't seem to say much, and the girls mentioned that Andrea was there for the wrong reasons. He said at that time he would have disagreed big time with that statement. Now he doesn't.
But I don't trust Rob.
No.
Now. That's what I'm saying. I don't trust him. You know, like it's like this is back to the Angela. Listen, me and you might need to talk about Big Brother for just like go in on Angela for a while. But it's the same thing, right? I can't trust you because your actions and your words aren't matching, and then you get into the edit and you say it's changed to look like this. They throw some sappy music over it, and people start feeling away. But I'm like, but I saw what you did. You know what I'm saying? I see how you're acting. I see how you're taking this apology. You know, this is really becoming about her now. But you know, all I'm saying is, when I'm getting so many images of you, I don't know which one to go to, and I can't give you the benefit of the doubt anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree. People, I think a lot of Leah fans did want her beefing with Rob. She was like, "That's my friend. That's my friend." So this is what Miguel said because I was like, "Did Rob ever apologize to Leah?" We saw Leah apologizing to Rob all season. Did he apologize to her, and we just didn't see it? Miguel said that he knows the way that Leah is. She would never expect someone to apologize. She would only apologize for the shortcomings that she has. And she's very happy and content knowing that she made amends for a wrong. But she probably doesn't care if other people make amends for theirs. So basically, he doesn't think Rob ever apologized, but also Leah's not pressing it. She don't care.
So. Yeah, she's not looking for it. And that's okay. As long as she's happy. You know, like at the end of the day, I want all these people to be happy and whatever that looks like. But also you can't be happy ruining somebody else's life. Like you have to be happy with you. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like don't be in it. Like Aaron can't be happy with Kayla if Kayla is miserable. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just not how I look at these shows and these couples. I'm like, y'all gotta be happy together or happy separate. But why be unhappy together? You know, and so I don't necessarily need Rob and Leah to be great friends, but Leah, you know, think about that. This person that he won't apologize to you. That's like, oh no, we're friends. Are y'all friends? Like you should expect more from your friends at some point, you know?
All right. That's all the updates I have for Love Island USA. So excited about this reunion and what else is in store for these couples. Where can people follow you, Chappell?
People can follow me on Twitter and all other social media at Recap Kickback. It is the name of my podcast. And I on my podcast, I'm talking about random shows. I try to center a lot of Black content because we don't get a lot of that. But I talk about a lot of scripted shows. I talk about movies, TV, and music. And Nicole, you have graced my podcast and with some of our best content. Obviously, the Beyonce podcast is still being talked about to this day. The Cowboy Carter content. We got to get you back on again, Nicole, as well. But yeah. So people can subscribe to Recap Kickback, recapkickback.com/subscribe, or go to our YouTube page, youtube.com/@recapkickback to keep up with all of that. We're talking House of the Dragon right now as well. So we do a little bit of everything, but I try to keep new, fresh content. Right now I'm focusing on the Olympics a little bit. So this is Simone Biles documentaries that we talked about and some other things coming your way. But I really appreciate you inviting me to come talk to you anytime. Anytime you need me, I'm down.
Of course. And if you are a new listener or viewer, this is the Black by Reality podcast. We talk about reality TV through a Black queer lens. I am separating these videos, so I hope you check out both. And yeah, follow Black by Reality across all socials. Please subscribe and ring that bell. We're doing exit interviews for Big Brother, so you want to get them first thing when they come out. And other than that, we are going to cover Love is Blind UK. We crossed the pond.
Yes. Sounds like fun. Love is Blind is always a fun show for me to watch other people talk about. So I'm very
Yes.
excited to see what y'all have to say about this.
Yes. So I will be joining Quita Tinsley again for that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.